What's up, YouTube? Andy from the Sports Card Flip Game here with the latest on how to get you plugged in to all things sports cards. In today's video, we're going to be showing you some of the top 5 basketball cards that I've been buying that are under the radar. I want to give you a little bit of insight into how I'm going about mixing, collecting, investing, and flipping. So if you haven't already yet, go ahead and hit that sub button and join the team. Would love to have you join the channel. We are growing by leaps and bounds. If you haven't already turned on the bell notification, would love to also have you do that. I'm really on my grind trying to give you guys content that's different from a normal mail day video, right? I could just be saying, oh, here are the top 5 cards you need to invest in, but I'm really trying to give you guys something different. I'm trying to be able to actually show you why these cards are important, why specifically my strategy is geared towards these cards and not everything else out in the market, because we know the hobby is going crazy, it's blowing up. You've got to figure out a way to differentiate yourself. So leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you guys are doing to stand out from the crowd, to do something different, right? So without further ado, let's get into today's video. I'm going to show you my top 5 cards, but it's really going to get a little bit bigger of some of the things that I'm buying that a lot of people maybe aren't paying attention to. Maybe it's already kind of gone through the hype, and now is a good time to pick some of these cards up. So the first one is actually not a Luka Doncic. I'm so used to saying that, right? It's actually a Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is a mosaic stained glass. This is one that I picked up a couple weeks ago. I bought it from a collector group on Facebook, right? So I got it on the cheap. This is a beautiful card. It's super short printed. And I bought this because I want to actually do something a little bit different, right? I want a Luka stained glass. I don't necessarily want to shell out the $600, $700, $800. Over the last couple weeks, Luka prices have certainly gone crazy. But with this Giannis card in specific, I'm actually trying to do something a little bit to jump the market. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to actually gauge pricing. And I'm taking a cue from Aaron at Slab Stocks, who talked about a pricing ladder. And essentially, right, LeBron is number 1 on that pricing ladder. So LeBron's prices ultimately set the market for guys like Giannis and these sort of cards. And Giannis then in turn sets the market for Luka. Luka in turn sets the market for Tatum. Tatum sets the market for Zion, down the line. So you get the idea that maybe this Giannis card is a little bit underpriced. Certainly I'm hoping and prospecting and investing a little bit with the idea that he's going to go on a playoff run. He's going to actually make some noise, maybe get to the finals, maybe win a championship. And this card that I picked up for $300, maybe in time, in a couple months, is worth $400, $450, $500, because it's got value. It's a beautiful card. I love looking at it. But my intent maybe is to grade this. It looks like it's a decent candidate, but I may flip it and I may sell it raw. And the idea being, I want to get to a Luka card in this. That may be the ultimate grail. And so I'm trying to do this with the intent of sort of moving up the ladder in terms of cards. The next one that we're going to look at is another from Mosaic. This is a Kristaps Porzingis. This is a Genesis card. Again, another short printed card. Another beautiful one. So I know I kind of threw a little bit of shade at Mosaic a long time ago in one of my videos. Certainly love the look and feel of these cards, the shininess of them, the design. Obviously, stained glass Mosaic are hard to beat. Stained glass Mosaic and Genesis Mosaic are hard to beat. But you get the idea that the other thing that I'm looking at when I'm actually buying some of these specific cards is not just, okay, is this a hyped up card? The Genesis is a little bit, but certainly KP is not. And one of the things that I look for in terms of criteria in investing in a player is, one, are they an all-star caliber player? So again, if it's a prospect, if it's somebody who's sort of on the come up, I kind of look at it and go, okay, well, if they can't be an all-star, I'm probably not going to put my money in. So somebody like Tyus Jones, somebody like Gary Harris, guys that don't necessarily get a lot of fantasy love, and probably rightfully so don't get a lot of fantasy love. KP does get a little bit. I actually have a couple other KP cards, so I want you to know I'm not just hyping him. I've had some of these. So one that I've got is a gold standard. This is a rookie jersey auto. This is when he was with the Knicks. This is numbered to 199. So beautiful card there. Really love this. Have had this for a couple years. You get the idea there that you can see it as it's horizontal. So I'm also looking at what team they're on. So certainly when KP went from the Knicks to the Mavericks, that upped his stock in my mind because now he's on a good team. And one of those criteria that I look for in investing is they've got to be on a good team, right? They've got to be somebody who can make a playoff run, somebody who's going to have success, who's going to have eyeballs on them, because that's going to make a difference. So one of the ones that I picked up not too long ago was this KP Immaculate Auto. And I love this, just that acetate look. It's out of 49. Beautiful card there. So just so you guys know, I'm not just hyping KP. I really am into him. I've got cards. And one of the other things that I look for, my third investment criteria, is they've got to have room to grow, right? They can't be kind of at the top of their skill set already. And so Giannis still has room to grow. Luka still has room to grow. KP does as well. I want them to be able to ultimately rise in value based on their skill level, and KP certainly does that. And it's a good mix and a good example of classic collecting. I love KP. He's actually the background screen on my phone. So certainly one of my favorite Mavericks. But alongside of that, it's also an investment for sure, because I really believe his card prices are going to continue to go up. And really, he's kind of under the radar. He's slept on. So one of the guys who isn't slept on, who is certainly very much on the radar, is Luka Doncic, right? How can you go? I can't go through a whole video without mentioning Luka. So one of the ones that I picked up recently is this 2018 certified graffiti insert. This is a $100 card. This is something I picked up before everything in the last couple weeks blew up. This is not numbered. Again, this is just an insert, but not a rookie, but from his rookie year. $100, man, that's a steal. And again, I'm looking at Luka rookie prices right now, just almost getting to the point where they're out of reach for a lot of collectors, right? This is an under-the-radar insert. This is one that I look and zag when other people zig, right? I want to pick something up that's still relatively affordable, and that Luka card is one that I could do that for. So another good pickup, something that's kind of, again, outside of the traditional, okay, I'm going to buy Prism, or I'm going to buy Select, and that was the trendy thing here recently. One of the other things I'm doing is going back and looking at classic cards, right? So one of the ones that I picked up is this Dirk Auto. This is a 2001 Fleer Premium Autographics. This is a really hard set to grade. So there's the Dirk Auto. I really can't, it's hard for me to get it all in frame there because it's horizontal. But I got this in a Beckett 8. This is an older case. This has subgrades on the back. So it's got an 8 centering, 7.5 on corners, edges, 8.5, and surface 9.5. But you get the idea that it may be hard to pick up. I can kind of get it on camera there, that it's got that certificate or seal of authenticity from Fleer. Super cool autograph card. Picked this up for $150. Dirk is one of, guys that IPC. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. This is a really, really tough card to grade. So a PSA or BGS 8 is a decent example of it, right? So again, when modern prices spike, look to older cards. And again, that's not certainly old. That's still a modern card. But you get the idea that if you need to look at something outside of the norm, go back to some of those players that are going to be tried and true, that are going to be sound investments, so that way you can diversify. The final one that we're going to look at is one that I actually picked up in a break. This is a Rui Hachi. This is a level 1 rookie out of Court Kings. This is the most common of the Rui rookies. This is a $20 card. I got this in a break, but again, I'm looking at this not from a collection standpoint. I don't really collect Rui. I'm going to flip this. And again, I'm looking at the international appeal that Rui has. I'm looking at the fact that they're in the bubble. Again, the Bullets. No, not the Bullets. The Wizards have, the chance to make a run. They're pretty injury depleted right now, so I don't necessarily think they're going to make a big splash in the bubble. But you get the idea that his international appeal gives this card some value, and again, could be a quick and easy flip for me. Something I got cheap in a break. And again, something that's sort of under the radar. Again, look to some of those guys that aren't Zion or Ja. Figure out how you can make your mark and find some of those cards for you to pick up on the cheap and make a profit with it. Again, what I'm trying to do is then take those cards and get into bigger cards ultimately. So that's going to do it for today's video. Again, let me know down in the comments below. Did you like the video? Did you not? What are you guys trying to pick up that's maybe a little bit slept on, that people aren't thinking about, that aren't hyped up? Would love to get into it with you down below. So until next time, keep your flip game strong.